All right. Um, we left off here, and I said I'll show you how to change these out for textures if you're kind of lost on seeing what the house is looking like as far as with the reading face out and stuff. I build with the face out because usually if you have a piece wrong or whatever, it'll show right away that the face out is turned the wrong way. But on the using all these pieces on the house builder, you should be all right. Uh, with the way I'm showing you using them. And if you bring it into Unity and a piece is missing on the house that you can't see, it's like transparent, chances are the normal got flipped or whatever. But um, what we didn't do is I didn't make a foundation for this. So what I want to do is I could take that 3x3 block again, come down, run it out, and rotate it around like I did this one. But would it be just as easy as if I go tab into this? We're in X-ray. I want to go to solid view. I'm going to take I'll leave the magnet on. I can box select this and just drop this down. So Shift D Z -6. Enter. Now, I want to loop cut this in half. So I'm going to go Control R, and you can see I got my pointer off to the side, and there's that yellow line. That'll cut that in half. Or if I moved it over, it'd cut it in half the other way. And if we rotate the wheel, we can add loop cuts to it. Well, we probably only need about 1.5 meters below, but I'm going to leave it anyhow as 3 meters because try count would be the same anyhow. So with just the loop cut once, we'll hit enter and then hit enter again, because right now if we start to move, it'll, we could place it wherever, but I'm going to hit Control Z, escape. So we're back in there and enter again. Now we can remove. I'm on Edge Select because once you do the loop cut, it puts you into Edge Select. So let me hit 3, box select, delete faces. Now, the way this is right now, whatever we put on up here would be the same down here. I want concrete on this. So in order to do this, we can come over here, hit the plus. I actually there is a material in here for concrete. So come to concrete, click concrete, and we'll click assign. And now we can just tab into the whole thing, and we can remove doubles here again. There's 4, tab out. Now we have a foundation on the house. That way, if the ground's uneven, the rest of this will just be buried. Now, in order to change the texture on this here, if we come over to base and you want put a specific texture on here, let's say we want like a clay siding. We can come up to shading. Right now there it says that it's the face out, and you can see it over here. So if we click on this folder, I've got it set to thumbnails. If you come up here, by default it might be on a vertical list. I changed mine to thumbnail so I can say this is the one that it's on right now. But if I want, Matt's got some base textures that was from the original one that you can click on, and they're all like a black and white that you can come in, throw on for the time being, or we can go grab some textures. So I'm going to go to my desktop. I got a folder here with textures. I'll come down to siding, and here's a clay. I'll open that, come back to layout. There it is. Now you have that texture on it. Might be easier for you to visualize. Let's say on the gable end here, you wanted to have this be like shingles. You can tab into the house. We'll click on these pieces, the gable end. Let me turn the X-ray off. So let's just make sure I got both of these gable ends picked. We can do the same thing again. We can come over, plus, come over here. I don't believe there's a shingle one here, but I'm just going to go ahead and name this one. We're not using base 2. I'll just go to base 2, and I'm going to assign it. Well, you can see it's got that texture. Now, if you want to go pick your shingle out, you can just come up to the shader, click the open. Let's go back. There's where my siding was. I'll click back. I think I got shingles in here. Here's shingles. Oh, here's one that somewhat matches. I'm just going to assign it for that right now anyhow. And go back to layout. Now you can see up top there, tab out. Now you have shingles on the gable end. Is how you would switch this stuff out in Blender here before you take it to Unity. And if once you take it into Unity, you can find two textures that match better, or maybe you don't even want these textures, but at least now when you go into Unity, whatever you put on here is going to be this texture. And the same thing, you could pick something for up there, a different shingle or a different color siding or whatever. That's pretty much there. Same thing with the roof. If you wanted to have that, we can come back up, shaded. Let's see. The one Matt's got in here is just gray, and then you can always darken it up. Open. And with the fascia, we could always put that white. So I click on that, shaded. And here is a white one. There's also a stucco I know that used to be. There's a stucco. Give it a little texture. And there you have it. Now that's looking more like something here. And the next thing would be we'll put windows in this. But this is how you would change the shader and stuff for the materials on what you want to be what when you bring it into Unity. I'll end this one here, and then I'll go do Windows.